With the news that Congress may be finally passing a Safe Banking Act, which will allow U.S. cannabis providers to be able to get bank accounts, credit cards, and loans, you might have expected cannabis to actually rally this week. Instead, the entire cannabis sector sold off dramatically. So even though it's only been a couple of weeks since I've done an update on Tilray Brands, we're back here again to cover one of the best in breed in the U.S. space. So why did cannabis stocks sell off this week? Well, I think it's because we've seen the Safe Banking Act go through Congress and fail repeatedly. So we kind of have a Charlie Brown Lucy situation where we're afraid they're going to fail it again. What's key this time around is that the bill is starting in the Senate, whereas previously it would pass in the House, make it to the Senate, and fail there. This time the bill's starting in the Senate. So if it passes the Senate and gets to the House, it's likely they'll pass it there. However, cannabis speculators have been stung so many times in the past that I actually think we're going to see a reverse of the old trading adage, which is buy the rumor, sell the news. This time around, I think it's sell the rumor, buy the news. In other words, I don't think the pop will come before the bill passes. I think it will come afterward. Additionally, with the systemic sell-off that started this week and hitting the entire market, many investors will sell their speculative positions, and it doesn't get a whole lot more speculative than cannabis right now. For me, Tilray Brands remains one of the best in breed in the American space, especially since it's diversified into both alcohol manufacturing and distribution. Plus, it's well capitalized, so I have a lot of confidence in it. However, it's still a speculative position, and it's possible that any of these companies in the cannabis sector could go bankrupt. Now, while that's true of any investment, these are particularly volatile, and I need to keep that in mind going in. Accordingly, Tilray has a place in my speculation and play portfolio, which is where I put all of my most speculative plays, and I'm only using the profits that I generated from trading Tilray back in 2018 when it first came public. My next buy went through on September 27th, adding 4.74% to my position at $2.39. This buy locked in a 98.63% discount on shares that I sold for $174.83 back on October 16th of 2018. It also raised my per share cost $3.76 from negative $10.76 to negative $7 even. In my portfolios, a negative per share cost means that I've taken all the original investment capital out of the position in addition to $7 per share of what I hold in the position currently. From here, my next buy target is right in the middle of the gap that we saw back in June, where I'm aiming for a $2 even buy target. I will also make additional buys if it sells off lower and gets close to its low around $1.50. Since this is a speculative position and I'm playing with the house's money and I believe in cannabis for the long term, I have no intentions of taking profits for quite some time, with my first profit-taking target being $54.79. This is slightly below the high that Tilray saw when cannabis stocks really took off in 2021, so that'll be my first point of profit taking.